Okay, I just learned about dissociative identity disorder. Just, I'm like blown away by like how crazy it is. But it also makes a lot of sense. Um, it's also like literally, what time is it? It's like 11:41 and like still up. It's a school night. I'm getting up at 6:30 or 6:25 or however many minutes I can stretch out of this morning, tomorrow morning. Um, Probably not that many, but like I wish. Um, and I just cannot sleep and have been like my mind has been racing and like I just have not been able to sleep. I think part of it is that just like today has been kind of really stressful, and then like especially like towards the afternoon slash evening time like was extremely stressful because I started thinking about my friend's birthday party and like presents and the party and the amount of people there they're probably gonna be there, and like it's like freaking me out like right now. Like I'm okay, like I'm I just need to calm down. Like I'm fine. I'm fine. Okay, we're good. I'm just a little bit panicky. Okay, and like I don't know. I need something to calm me down. I tried listening to music. It didn't really work. I tried watching YouTube videos, and then I discovered this YouTube channel that like is talking about dissociative identity disorder, and it's called Alex Max has had. I honestly don't remember her last name. I feel so bad. But it is about this girl who vlogs her life and talking about her experiences with dissociative identity disorder, which people just call DID. But like I wanted to say it a few times just so like I could help myself remember what it's called, and also like to help you like know, like, you know, even though I'm probably gonna put it in the title anyways. Um so what DID is basically, and I personally have experienced this because as we all know, your girl has suffered a lot of fucking trauma and PTSD and possible ADHD slash ADD and anxiety and depression and like just a lot of things, okay? Like, and I know a lot of people talk about going through like depression and anxiety and stuff, and especially people of my generation. And I think part of it is being like a millennial or like being part of millennial or my generation, which I don't remember what my generation are called actually. I should probably do more research on that, okay? But like, we're just gonna excuse that little fact. Um, but I feel like my generation, like especially, like we like absorb ourselves so much into our like technology that like we're introverted enough to like not know how to function outside of that world. Um, and so that's what causes a lot of anxiety and depression because like we don't know how to deal with like people like just people in general and like just dealing with the pressures of life, and even if it's like normal for someone like else, like it's not normal for us because like we deal with that kind of stuff. But and that's normal, like it's unfortunately normal for this generation, and I know a lot of people deal with a lot of different depression and anxiety from various things, but I think that's the main lead source for it. um and unfortunately, some people deal with bullying, and that causes a lot of anxiety slash depression as well. Unfortunately, I've dealt with that as well. But I feel like it's been more mild for me because I've never really dealt with any like true violent bullying. Most of it has just been like verbal or like just petty, like, you know, bullying. Um, and a lot of it has been like shorthanded because I moved a lot as a child, so like I didn't really like deal with it too much. And also, to be honest, like I really don't remember too much of my childhood. It's like the older I get, the less I want to remember, or the more I try to remember, the more I can't because like I'm creating new memories, and also they're a lot better than my childhood ones. So, like, it's just kind of nice to just think of it as a blur, and um, And I think this is how I relate to DID, because dealing with my trauma, like, I can understand, like, how your mind needs to function by spacing out and, like, just not being there. And I have experienced it. Like, I have experienced disassociation, not to the extent that DID, but, like, I have experienced, like, it. And I have experienced it, like, recently too, like, even, like, not, like, in, like, you know, like, in a traumatic situation. Like, just sometimes something will trigger it, or sometimes, like, I'll just be, like, not feeling great or something, and, like, my body will just kind of be like, okay, like, time to, like, phase out. Or sometimes, like, literally nothing will be happening, and, like, all of a sudden I'll be, like, blacking out and be like, oh, dissociation, yeah, like, cool, like, just great. Like, it's kind of become so normal now that I don't really talk about it too much. Like, I mean, I talked about it a few times because, like, it freaked me out, because, like, it got really, like, it was when I first started noticing it. Because, like, throughout my childhood and, like, even living with my mom, like, in middle school years, like, I didn't really notice it. I just was kind of like, yeah, this is just normal. Like, I just kind of, like, daydream. Like, no, not daydreaming. And, I just thought it was daydreaming or something, and, like, or whatever. And but then I was, like, talking to, like, I was realizing, like, how weird it was, because, like, I was noticing it more. And I guess it's because I didn't have, like, any, like, traumatic experiences distracting me from it, that, like, I could focus on, like, the weird shit that my body has been doing over, like, my entire life because of what I've been through. And I was like, well, I mean, what, I hate using the word normal, but, like, this is one of those situations where it's kind of, like, a little bit weird, and, like, you need to, like, you know, check it out, you know. But, like, I didn't really think it was that big of a priority or whatever. Like, it's just fine, I black out sometimes, whatever. And but then randomly, like, I was talking with, like, a friend or acquaintance at the time, and she was talking about the exact same thing that I was going through, and I was like, oh my god, like, whoa, what is this? And she's like, you know, it's called disassociation. No, I can't speak. Disassociation. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, it's like when your mind and body kind of, like, separate, and, like, you're just, like, disassociated for, like, a couple minutes or an hour or however long it takes for you to, like, come back to your body or whatever. And I was like, oh my god, like, that makes a lot of sense, because throughout the day, like, I think that has to do with, like, a lot with my memory problem as well, because sometimes, like, I'll just space out. I don't know if it's, like, ADHD or dissociation or, like, whatever, excuse me, like, I'm kind of a little bit groggy and slurry because, like, I'm tired, but also my brain is too anxious to, like, actually let me fall asleep. So, like, physically I'm tired, so, like, I'm slurring and, like, messing up my words, even though I do that, like, all the time. But, like, doing it more so, but, like, also, like, my body is just, I mean, my mind is just kind of like, you're not sleeping tonight, bitch. And I'm just kind of like, okay, well, great. And, yeah, I don't know if my memory problem has to do with my ADHD or what I think is ADHD, or if it's disassociation or whatever it is. But the point is, I have a lot of fucking issues, okay? Like, and I'm a very big advocate for mental health and whatever, and I discovered this channel, and she has DID, which is dissociation identity disorder. So basically, she does what I do. She disassociates, but she does it on a more extreme level. Instead of just disassociating, she disassociates into a different personality. So it's kind of like schizophrenia, but, like, different, because these voices are not, like, nameless. They aren't just, like, fears of yourself. They aren't just, like, a personal thing. Like, they're entirely different entities that, like, throughout your life, like, you've created to help handle, like, whatever PTSD or whatever thing that you've been going through. So it's called disassociation because your mind disconnects with, like, reality and goes to a different entity so that that entity can deal with whatever it is that you're dealing with at that time. And I think it's, like, really interesting because I personally have dealt with disassociation, and like I know what it feels like, and I know how terrifying it is. But also, like, I think it's like really cool how like it can get so like extensive that you can have like a completely different personality that you've created, a completely different entity that you've created to deal with something like your traumatic disorder, or like if you want like a friend or a parental figure or whatever, like you can create it and like it'll like be there. I mean, I'm kind of simplifying it down because it's honestly like really complex to like fully explain, and honestly like I haven't experienced DID. I've only experienced disassociation. So like I can't really explain it too well. But like I really, once I start my laptop working tomorrow, like I'll link her videos, like her channel in the description, because like literally she is amazing. Like she's only been on YouTube for like 2 weeks and she's already gained like 130 subscribers. 130,000 subscribers. Like that is incredible. And it just shows how inspiring and like great of a person she is, and great of people they are. Like I don't really understand how to address her and her different personalities or different entities, because I don't know, she doesn't really like talk about how to address her that well. Maybe she should make a video on that, like how to address her. Like do you talk to her directly? Do you talk to the personality that's present directly? Or do you just call her they, them, because she has different personalities? And then they were also talking about this thing called integration, which I mean is basically when she's like learned to accept like, or is ready to accept like a certain personality to like integrate back into her, and so like it can formulate into her own personality and not be a separate entity. So like if anytime during her traumatic like experiences, like that entity has like taken in those like traumatic experiences and left like her like brain like blinked or whatever, like if she integrates that personality, like she remembers those things, and like she learns to like accept that, and she also like accepts a different part of her personality in to herself again, because obviously when she created that, like it took a part of her personality and like individualized it into a separate entity. And I think that's a good way of explaining it. um I I don't know, I hope I'm doing a good thing at explaining it, but like I really, thank you, traffic, don't really know how to perfectly explain it, because like really mental health in general is so expansive and so difficult to explain, but I'm trying my hardest from the interwebs and YouTube and her channel and my own personal experiences. So yeah, hopefully that was a good enough description for you. I don't know, but yeah, integration like sounds pretty cool, and like yeah, but yeah, I don't want to spoil too much about her channel, because like her channel's like freaking amazing, and oh my god, love her and all of her like her, I don't know what to call them, entities, personalities, like what do you call them, but like they're so cool. Like she like and another thing too, when she creates them, like they don't age. Like okay, in her mind she told us about like how they have different compartments where they like harbor themselves in the mind, and they have their own pictures of themselves in their minds. But like when they took up her body, like obviously like it's her body, so like they don't have their imagined body, I mean, or their body in their mind, you know what I mean, if that makes sense. I hope that made sense. I'm just explaining how she explained it in her videos. And just like they all kind of have their own personal like style and taste, and like just it's like really cool, honestly. Like I just like, ugh, it's like so cool and complex, and I just love complexing like curious things, you know? And I think that's why I love like mental health like awareness and like learning about different like types of mental health, because honestly it throughout history, like just any type of like mental illness or mental health issue has just been like scuffed under the rug and like not seen as a priority, and like people have been shoved into like psych wards and like loony bins or whatever the fuck you want to call them, and like people have literally like been, okay, Popcorn's kind of losing his mind right now. Popcorn, uh sorry, it's just, I don't know what he's doing. Right. Hold on. I feel like if I pause, it'll make it even worse. Okay. It doesn't help that I'm tired. Okay. Great. Okay, hold on. Okay, I think I was talking about my fascination with mental health, which obviously I have a fascination with it because I suffer from mental health and illnesses, and my mom has, and I just find it fascinating because of that. And but I also find it fascinating just in general because like it's just has like just it's just interesting, and it's so cool how like we're finally delving into it, and we're not just like stuffing people in a psych ward and mistreating them just because they can't speak up for themselves, or they like aren't heard because they're seen as crazy, or they were seen as crazy. And honestly, like, we're still kind of seen as crazy, but like mental health awareness has been like on the rise, and people have been like trying to understand it, and like that is amazing. Like that's like, I don't have words to express like how amazing that is, because like for people like me, or like people like um Jessica, or the girl who's like who suffers from DID and all these other entities slash personalities, like, or anyone else who just like suffers from like another mental health like illness or something, like it's just incredible because like we're not like treated like animals, we're not like mistreated, like people are actually trying to help us and trying to understand it. I mean, no one's perfect, and a lot of people like kind of judge us. Like I remember being bullied because of certain things that some of it wasn't out of my control. Well, actually, all of it was out of my control. But like some of it was like I thought was in my control, and some of it was like my mom. It was just not a great system that I had going on, and they bullied me because of that, and that like really hurt. But honestly, like it wasn't. I it just wasn't like, it just was a cherry on top to the shit that I've gone through. So like it wasn't great, like, but it wasn't like bad, you know. Um, yeah. I just, I don't know. I know I haven't suffered as much as other people have, so like I'm trying not to think so negatively, but like also, I, I don't know. But also I did have people who could advocate for me, because I honestly would probably be in the same situation as I was 3 years ago if it wasn't for my friends, like being like, girl, what the fuck is going on here? And I'm being like, couldn't come up with a good enough excuse on the spot, and thank fucking God, because they helped me and they got me out of that, and I'm working my way to helping myself and helping my mom and going through things, you know? And yeah. So I'm in a much better place because I was able to speak up for myself, and because other people were able to speak up for myself as well. And just, I really hope that this thing continues where we're speaking up and advocating for people with mental health and like issues, because like it's a big problem, and like it's so hidden, because I feel like mental disabilities are like so hidden compared to like physical ones, and like I feel like people don't believe you, or they think you're exaggerating, and like it's not a problem anymore. No, I'm kidding. I'm not bringing something neurological slash Christine into this. But like I think it really is like an issue that we need to be like continuously talking about, because mental illness, like just like any other illness, like is progressively growing, is progressively changing. Like you can't predict what other mental illness is going to come up, like, and we need to spread like awareness of it and that, like, you're not a horrible person. Like, you shouldn't feel like you're worthless just because you can't control something that's miswired around your brain. Like, it's not your fault. So, like, we need to spread awareness of that, because, like, otherwise you're gonna grow up a fucked up piece of shit like me, and that's not okay. No one wants to grow up a white potato shit like me, so, you know. I'm trying to help other people like me, or to help other people who suffer from things like me, or other people who have mental illness like me, or like my mom, because you need to help them. Like, I don't know, like, maybe I have a hero complex or whatever, but, like, I really just don't like just sitting there while other people are hurt, because I've been hurt, and I've hurt myself countless times. I still am hurting myself. An eyelash, I don't know how the fuck an eyelash got in my eye. Like, I'm literally not even doing anything. Do you see me? I'm just sitting here on the bed. Okay, fine. Okay, body, can you maybe, like, not do weird things right now? Like, okay, ow, ow, ow. I think I just made it worse. Okay, cool. Okay, okay, we're, okay, right, I just had to have a moment with myself, because, like, your girl is going insane. Okay, like, anyways, yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because it's been on my mind for a little bit, and, like, just this amazing YouTuber that I found, like, just, it's incredible. Like, she's so brave, and, like, oh my god, so inspiring, and, like, so beautiful, and I'm like, I love her so much. Well, she's one personality who's, like, a male, but, like, all the 5 rest of them are females, so, like, including herself, so, like, them, like, they are so inspiring, like, just each and every one of them, and oh my god, I love them. And also, eyelash, can you fuck off, please, for the love of Jesus Christ? Okay. Sorry. Yeah, just, we're doing fine. Holy shit, eyelash, you need to chill, okay? Like, my eyeball is not something for you to poke, okay? Okay, anyways, I'm gonna go now, because, like, literally gonna lose my shit over a fucking eyelash. And, this video is way too long anyways. Also, look at this bun that I did. I don't know if you can see it very well, but, like, it is so messy and, like, ridiculous, and, like, why? But, like, I had to put my hair up. It's kind of warm. I mean, it's always warm in California, but, like, it's kind of hot in California right now, so, like, yeah. And it's literally August. Like, towards the end of August. Like, it should be getting cooler, not warm. Like, are you... That's why I hate California. Like, I need to move out of here as soon as fucking possible, because I can't stand California. Like, I want out. I want cold weather. Boo. Like, I mean, I know global warming is not helping with the fact that we have, like, warmer weather, but, like, also, like, I'm gonna move to Antarctic if it will help, because, like, I just cannot stand freaking heat. Like, it's literally my arch nemesis. Nemesis, right? Okay, I know English. Yeah, okay. Anyways, I'm gonna go now, because, like, I just talked for too fucking long, per usual, and, need to go to sleep also, because, like, it's midnight. It's, like, literally 12:05. Right, okay. Sorry, I'm just, like, getting rid of some things. Yeah, 12:05, great. We're gonna... If I lose my mind tomorrow, I'm gonna, like, no. Please don't. Like, I don't wanna, like, I don't know. Like, tomorrow, I'm kind of, like, anxious about tomorrow, but, like, I'm fine. Like, we're good. Like, I'm good. I'm fine. Like, I'm okay. Like, I can deal with it. Like, I'm a fucking 17-year-old woman. Like, I got this, right? Like, yeah, totally. Not fucking lying to myself, trying to convince myself so that I don't freak out. Grown ass woman, my ass. You're 17 fucking years old, sweetie. Like, chill. Chill the fuck out. Okay, sorry for the unnecessary use of cuss words. yeah, I just do that sometimes when I'm tired or also in a mood or basically anytime. I'm a 17-year-old in California. I think that's explanation of enough. Like mm, um oh my god, I'm actually getting tired. That's so great. Like, please fall asleep. Okay. Anyways, good night. Good afternoon. Good morning. Sorry, that was in reference towards the Truman Show, I think, with Jim Carrey. Yeah, I think I said it wrong though. Whatever. Okay, like you got the point. Okay, like whatever. Ow. Also, I really need like some kind. I really don't want to get this, but like, what if I got like a selfie stick? Is that what they're called? I feel like such a woman. Or like one of those like tripod thingies for your phones, because like literally this hand holding thing isn't working because like, do you see this? Do you see this? Okay, I'm abusing myself. Like, this is not okay. Okay, like, not actually. Like, I'm kind of joking, but like, Jesus, it's like welted. Does this every time? Cause I talk way too damn much. Okay, anyways, um, phones were not melt. No, never mind. Okay, goodbye. And yeah, okay. For the 50th fucking time. Okay, anyways, goodbye.